Hmm. Hey guys, live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome. How was everyone's weekend? Mine was fantastic. Want to know why? Because the 49ers won. That's right. What's up, Ben? What up, Big D? Not news now, Patrick. What's the dealio? Yeah, it's cold. It's rainy for you. Not rainy for me, man. It's all nice and sunny. It's kind of nice. Oh, Browns won too. They haven't been doing so good this year, but glad you were able to have your team win. That's always a good thing. I was kind of worried, man. The Niners had me worried because Saints were doing some. Drew Brees, man, you can't count him out ever, and he proved that. What's up, Rooster? How's it going, bro? I hope everything's going well with you. Oh, that's right. We're gonna. There we go. That's what we like to see right there, Vlad. I agree wholeheartedly. And the Seahawks lost, so the Niners were in first place. That's what I'm talking about. 4 in a row for us. Go there. You go. Go us. Yeah. Well, Niners are trying to get back on a winning streak. Hopefully, we can win out the rest of the year and go in and avenge the loss to Seattle. Hopefully, our kicker got over his, ineptness, and he'll come back and just destroy. Yeah, they really all their losses so far this year have always been because of a kicker. So, you know, I think they have a good shot. What's up? I could be. How are things going? Hope everything's good with you. As you can see, we're talking about football, and as Vlad shows, the Patriots lost because that is a good thing, I think, for everybody that's not a Patriots fan. And Seahawks lost, so that was good if you're a Niner fan. And then go Saint. They lost, Teresa. They lost. Haha. No, I'm playing. I'm happy the Niners won though. Yeah, Drew Brees is a tough man. He is. Oh, he's so good. I can't wait for him to retire. Yeah, that's right, Teresa. F the Patriots. All right, I'm gonna throw this here. So if anybody would like to join in, there you go. You're more than welcome to. No real plans for this stream. Just wanted to come on since I really didn't do a video today. So decided I'm just go live for a little bit, just to talk with the people. What's up, DDT? Hope things are going well with you. Yeah, I saw that, Vlad. He's always pumping out, man. He always he I mean, look at all of his pending court cases. Plus, he has the new one coming. He's just, yeah, he needs a job. That's just plain and simple. He needs a job because he's trying to. But then again, it's people. If people want to pay him, let him pay him. Nothing we can do about it except laugh at them. They're all gonna laugh at you. I know I'm laughing at him. It's funny. Also, if you don't want to do the live stream, I'll put in my Google Voice number. You guys could call that too. Let me see. I think I need to actually turn on the ringer though. Let's see. Let me do that first. I had someone across your channel last week. Really, thank you. I'm not how to pronounce your name. Fruno Bulak. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy, and I hope you continue to enjoy. And feel free to come in the comments whenever we have a live stream. Man, we're all crazy individuals. We all like the truth, and we like to call these auditors out for what they do. And if you're down for that, then you're down with us. Ain't that right, guys? Okay, let's take that off. Just in case there are Patriots fans. There we go. I had a gay named Pablo on my panel last night who was fascinating. Oh, you do panels, Teresa? Oh man, I'm gonna have to come on one of your panels sometime. That could be fun. I like doing panels. I was doing panels with Safe. I haven't been doing them with them for a while, but I plan on getting back into doing some with her. And I'd love to do another one with you, Teresa. That was a lot of fun the last time we had a panel. I enjoyed it tremendously. You guys are all great guests. So what else is new? So what exactly did I miss in the auditing stuff this weekend? I wasn't really paying too much attention. Well, thank you, Teresa. As you are always welcome on mine as well. So what did I miss auditing wise? I wasn't really paying too much attention this weekend. Fill me in, guys. Fill me in. Louisiana? Oh, no license. I hear like some people say that he's a soft citizen. Is that true? I don't know much about it. A Freeman, I mean. Yes, I saw about Biden's a trip. Did you check out his new slogan? It's what was it? It was some stupid thing like what was it? It was like tarnations or oh no, some weird thing. I saw that he got all up in the dude's face. Ah, okay, there we go. Well, that's just stupid of them. If you're gonna go and get on the cops, make sure all your freaking ducks are in order. Don't be stupid. Okay, I don't know if this is on or not. I think it's off. Oh, hold up. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know. Kicked him out in the spillway. He wasn't playing the sauce. Oh, he wasn't? Oh, okay. Guys, you don't need a license if you're traveling. This is true. Yeah, I saw that, Big D. That was Biden's a trip, man. He does not have my vote ever. The guy just is. I wanted to like him, but nah. He's out of touch. Ah, thanks, CET. I'm glad I am. Oh, maybe you're talking to Teresa. I don't know. Either way, I'm sure she is a good host. She's a great guest too. Parked in a spillway. Who are you talking about? Freeman. I try to watch Freeman's videos. He's one of the first auditors I actually saw, besides him and Enrique. Yeah, Biden's a trip. Feel free to come on in if you guys want to. Always up for a good chit chat. Or I'm gonna try and put my Google Voice number in here. I might have to fix it. I'm not sure if it's gonna ring or not. So we'll give it a shot though. How about that? Try to remember what it is. I don't remember it yet. Oh, there it is. It's there you go. That is the Google. If you want to call, I think it's on. What's up, Pat? You'd either call in. I'm not sure if the call in is going to work because I might have to go in my settings on when I'm on the computer to do it. Or you can come in for stream. There's two options. Totally up to you. Or you can just sit back and chill and watch the shenanigans. Whichever shenanigans we get into today. Wow, 16 people. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. That would be great. Or DDT, you could join too. You're more than welcome. We could talk about whatever's clever. Why don't you come on in News Now? Not News Patrick. Not News Patrick. I called your Google Voice and left you a message. I'm not sure if you got it, but I did. No, a lot of them like to try and pay their fines and pennies. It's funny. Oh, DDT, get you on here. What's up, DDT? Welcome to the show. How are you doing? Hello? Yeah, I know. I got you. You're on now. Hey, DDT. Don't know what's going on. If you're on your phone, it won't let you do it from on your phone. I'm not sure if you are because I can't hear you if you're talking. No, it's not. It's Big D. It's not news. It's not news now, Patrick. Oh no, it actually is news now, Patrick. What are you talking about? Have what? What are you talking about? Hold on. That is Patrick. Holy shit. Hey, not now, Patrick. What? What are you talking about, dude? Why don't you come on in, Patrick? Love to chat with you, buddy. Come on on. Oh, it's both of them? Okay, come on in, Patrick. I'd love to chat with you. Join me, Patty. Join me. I see it is both of them now. I don't have. It didn't come through. Oh, it did. Hold on. I'll call you back, dude. Told you. It's not really. Hold on. Damn it. Oh, hello? Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hey, what up, Patrick? How's it going? Wait, what?
Are we live on the show?
I don't know if they can hear you. Can anyone hear him? Say
Yeah,
something.
I can hear myself.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then. So, going
Going.
great. So, I had a couple questions to you about RB Texas. It seems like I think in one of your last videos, you were talking about how you didn't know he was one, but then what's his face? A Balance posted a conversation you had in Discord that said you didn't mind people who were diddling kids or whatever. But somehow you didn't know about RB Texas at all until just recently.
Did you like that copyright strike I gave you?
Oh, I saw that, and that's fine. You can do whatever you want, bro.
Like, but no, but hey, on a real note, even if you check the video, it still counts as a strike. So
That's
don't
just
post new content that won't happen.
it was free use, man. I was reporting your arrest that was on a website, news site that showed you, and then it showed the video.
If you post my videos, I'm gonna try.
Okay, I can understand that, and it's your prerogative to do whatever you want, sir. Oh, someone can't really hear you. You're gonna have to hold on. I don't know what's going on. So, all right. Sorry, Kenny. I kept getting the connection there. Man. Oh, it's okay, bro. No worries. All right. So, about RB Texas. So you had no idea about him? Oh, he hung up. Oh, Patty, you don't want to answer any questions about RB Texas news, brosive? What's the deal, yo? Yeah, so he did a copyright strike, and I'm not gonna fight him. Like, whatever, dude. This it's not that big a deal. But it was fair use, Patrick. Just so you know. But I think you did know about RB Texas, and you know what? If you forgive him, that's fine. That's up to you because you forgive Earl, and that's fine too. I mean, I have no. That's totally up to you, brosive. You had no idea, huh? Okay. And then so when he posted his video about what really happened at the arrest, then you posted a retort that was starting to call him out and trying to call him out as a rapist. Don't you think that was childish? But don't you think that was a little childish where he called you out and then I'm a wannabe. Really? What am I trying to be? Pat, come on the show. You're a big talker when you're sitting here keyboarding. Why don't you come on in, answer some questions? Oh, I don't want to do what you guys do. Anyway, PayPal Patrick just posted an eBay video cut out on the road auditing. He's at home in Buffalo, Oklahoma. Ah, well, apparently he has time to come on the show. He's sitting here chilling. Are you a subscriber, Patrick? How'd you know about the broadcast, bro? You subscribe? You're a subscriber, aren't you? You love my show, don't you? You love my content. OG had a good show going today until his wrenches broke everything. Oh, wow. I don't know about that. After he says, I would attack him. Actually, Pat, I promise you, I will not attack you. If you can be civil with me, I promise you, I'll be civil with you. But I'm going to ask you hard hitting questions and questions I would like to be answered. But if you give me the runaround, yes, I will attack you. But I can be fair, Patrick. I totally can. I actually would like to have auditors on so I could ask them questions that other auditors won't answer for whatever reason. But I would like to have an auditor just be straight up and say, if this is how they feel, this is how they feel. But then when confronted with actual facts and laws, I would like for the auditors to at least be like, you know what, hey, bro, that's right, but I don't care. I think people will respect you more as opposed to just keep lying to them. You know what I mean? Just. Oh, I know he is. I know he's trolling, and it's fine. He can troll all he wants. It's not a big deal. But I would love for him to come on because I really would like to talk to auditors about some of this stuff, because a lot of times they don't. What's up, Uprising? They don't answer questions, and I think if you are perpetrating to serve the people, you have an obligation to answer the people's question. And like it or not, Patrick, I am the people. Everyone in this room, and they deserve answers from someone that perpetrates to represent them. Oh, News Now Patrick was on. He called in for a hot second, but then when I started asking him real questions, he did what he normally does. He ran away. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put this link on. If y'all want to come in, feel free. Patrick, this especially goes to you, bro. I'd love for you to come. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. This will be a lot of fun. I promise I'll be civil. If you're civil, I'll be civil. I can assure you that. And I won't even let anyone else on if they decide to come on, just so it'll be me and you. You don't feel double teamed or anything. It'll just be a one-on-one thing. But you can't do it on phone because it won't let you for some reason. Just FYI. Vegas says 3-1 odds. Patrick gets another driving while suspended. He might. Who knows? Yeah, see, here we go. Uprising would love to hear from you. I would like to hear from you. Who to call in? Press 1 if you'd like Patrick to call in. Your public wants you, Patrick. Don't you want to appease the people? See, even not News Patrick wants you to come on. A Balance wants you to come on. You're a wanted man for once. Come on, you got this. Just put your big boy pants on and come on in. What up, A Balance? Thanks for coming on the last time. Just so you know, A Balance, I don't know if you saw the post, but I'm having a show December 15th in honor of the National Bill of Rights Day. If you would like, you're more than welcome to join. So far it's me and Joe Kyser, and hopefully Vlad's talking about he might be able to come in. There's a few people that might come in, but you're more than welcome to come in. Same to you, Detro Sentinel. Patrick, you're more than welcome to too. I'd love to have otters take on National Bill of Rights Day. You know you can out troll this guy, Patrick. He can out troll me. Oh, hold up, Joe Kyser. What up, Joe? How's it going?
What's up, man? So what? No luck getting Patrick on here. What happened?
Well, Patrick came in. He called for a second, and he was talking about how he striked one of my videos on him, and he was talking about that. And then I started asking him some real questions, and guess what he did? Just take a guess.
Fled.
He left. He just left.
Yeah.
How's it going, Joe?
Hey, he struck a video?
Yeah, he did. It was one I did on his arrest. He struck it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna fight it. I'm like, whatever. It's not that big a deal. It is. That's why when I'm doing some videos with him now, I'm just talking out, and but that's mainly one of the main reasons I'm actually focusing on him now.
Right?
But oh, you want to play? Okay, I can still fuck with you and not worry about that. So come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just me being, I don't know. I guess it's being a little childish, but hey, fight fire with fire, right?
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is.
How was your weekend, man?
It is what it is. It was all right. I got hurt, so.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear.
Yeah, I was laid up for a couple of days, but.
Okay.
Feeling a little better.
So what happened? Were you paying weekend to the auditing community? I didn't, so I'm like, I don't know what happened.
Wait, what's that?
Did you pay any attention to what was going on with auditors this weekend? I really didn't. So I'm
Not,
like, oop.
no, no, not a whole lot. Not really.
Yeah, so you're out of the loop too. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you been brushing up on your constitutional knowledge? Because remember, we got that quiz coming next.
Honestly, no, I haven't. But I'm definitely. Well, as a matter of fact, I have it up on my computer. I have some. It's getting ready to go over some stuff. I'll admit I'm not a professional. Like I don't know. I know what I know. It
Right.
is what it is. The way I came into activism, um, I guess active activism was through a friend of mine talking to me about the amendments, and he's like real into it. He wrote like 10 years he took to write this thesis on. I don't even get it. It's like so long, and he's very like scientific into it, I guess you would say. But I know a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I know. I mean, certainly, like most other people, I know what affects me, what amendments or, you know, have I've come to like secure and understand better because they've affected me.
Yeah, definitely.
But
It's not going to be anything too hard. I looked at it. It's not too hard. There's a couple have like a basic understanding of it. It's going to be easy. Some of it is like history based, so definitely brush up on history and who wrote it, and
yeah,
just
I love history. That's for sure.
yeah, I'm a huge history buff myself. So, what did Blue Lion say? So, if anyone has any questions for myself or John, ask, you're more than welcome to join in as well if you want. It still goes for you, Patrick, if you're still hanging around. We'd love to have you on. I would. I really, honestly, it doesn't even matter. Not even him. Any audience.
What he just can't have a talk. I guess he wants to avoid certain questions or something, right?
Oh, of course. That's the way they are. The first question I asked him was about his claiming that he doesn't know anything about RB Texas being a sexual offender. But then I brought up the fact that in a Discord he talked about he doesn't care about anyone's past or whatever, but somehow he doesn't know. I mean, that's kind of weird. And of course, he hung up after that.
I think it was kind of hard not to know, especially like you said, Discord. If you're in Discord enough and enough rooms and following, I mean, how do you not know?
Yeah, totally agree. Oh no, he's totally full of shit, and I think everybody knows it.
I mean, you could be somebody who just barely pays attention, and you're going to catch wind about it somewhere, somehow. So there's been enough talk. There's been plenty of people talking about it, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been going on forever. I mean, every time I post a video on him, someone's always saying, "Did you know he has sexual predator?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." It's just one of those things. Like, I still get even on some of the older videos, I'll get people saying, "And it's just and people are posting it all the time." I mean,
yeah.
It's nothing.
Well, I still get people that comment on a couple of the videos I have with Josh and Danielle. They're like, Josh is a felon, right? Josh is in jail, right? Like,
yeah.
I got
My
it.
question.
Cool.
I actually had somebody on one of my videos. It was yesterday or today. Someone said, "Oh, Josh is great and all this," and I think I was trying to be like, Josh is in jail now. It's like, how do people not know he's in jail now? It's like,
I think he's getting new views because every now and then I'll see on Facebook somebody will like leave a message like, "Oh, I just found your channel and like great job," and then you give it a day or so and then somebody will comment like, he's a rapist or what, the usual.
Stop. What's going on, Joe?
Yeah, what's up, Bay Balance?
Not much. So Oh, he dropped out. Patrick was just in here, Kenny. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, Patrick, he wanted to brag about striking one of my videos on him, and then needed to leave once I got into my investigative journalist mode.
Loud now.
I was asking him a couple questions. He dropped it.
I dropped a link in your private chat backstage for Stunt Dummy's latest video called "Why Auditing Is Dead," and it was one of the best little 8-minute videos that I've seen in a long time, and it would be a great talking point. So, can you share that into your chat?
Yeah, let me see.
Just cut and paste it.
Okay, let me. I don't have anything in my private chat.
Oh shit! It's up there. It might just take a second.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have it yet. Or once I get it, I totally will.
Okay. Yeah, I posted it, so up there in the blue, I see it.
Okay. Well, once I see it, I did. Yeah. So
you can just search. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what he was. I'm trying to get him on, but I think he left. But it's interesting that he found the show. I mean, obviously, he must be looking at my channel, right? Obviously. Or he subscribed.
Well, subscriber. Yeah.
I didn't want to. Yeah, of course, he's watching. He loves. Well, he thrives on this sort of drama. He just doesn't like it out in the open, which is understandable if you're in Patrick Roth's position. But I wanted to ask you about your strike that he gave you. It sounded like you were just playing a newsreel, somebody else's newsreel footage of him.
Well, no, it was the video of his arrest that he re-uploaded. I did up until they put the handcuffs on him, and then after that I showed the actual newspaper article of him being arrested, and then I went to showing his fines that I've been doing. You know, because I've been liking to show the fact that he's not paying his fines, and that's basically what got me started on watching his fines. And then it got a bunch of views, and then the next day it was like strike, and it actually wasn't Patrick that did it. It was Selena that did it. It wasn't Patrick. He's saying it was him. It was Selena.
The back office.
Well, they both have their channels, and didn't he do Selena's channel? He kind of built Selena's channel, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And they've changed it to Patrick and Selena. They have a few. So you have more than one as well, don't you, Kenny? Like a backup and whatnot?
I don't have a backup. I should get one, but I don't.
Well, you should get a backup around these guys. Yeah, guys like Patrick, just that's how. Well, now you know the reason for a good sock account for people like Patrick. You know, copyright strikes. Sometimes they just happen, and sometimes you're like, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. But you can always fight them and contest them, because at the end of the day,
that's why I wasn't.
I'm glad you're not too worried about it. Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, it's one. I'll just, since he wants to do that, that's fine. I mean, obviously, I was getting to him, so, that's fine too. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, he's
so much content out there that, there's other auditors worry about, and people watch him, and people talk to me, tell me about new videos he has. So I know people are watching his videos. So with him, I can easily just talk about the video and link it, and it pretty much accomplishes the exact same thing as if I were to show part of the video,
Yep. No, I understand. So what was there any questions with this Rodney Gowler situation that you had? I just didn't want you to get off something so important, because there is a fact of the fact of the matter is that he was up in Discord, discussing at many occasions.
I actually thought about emailing him and seeing if talk about this whole situation with Patrick, but I haven't. I don't know his email address anyway. I think I might have posted something in his one of his videos, but I would like to. But about him, I read a bunch of articles about his whole situation, and I find it fascinating because, to me, his whole situation shows that just how bad our criminal justice system needs reform, especially in regards to people who have mental handicaps. I mean, let's just say for shits and giggles that he was falsely arrested or, charged. I mean, I'm not saying for sure if he was, but I could see that if with him having mental problems, because of just the way the way the criminal justice system treats individuals like that. You know what I mean? So I would like to get his take on it. Let him have even though it's a small outlet, some sort of outlet that can get it. Someone that's not going to judge him. Just let him go out and say what he wants.
Now, I don't want to give Pat take anything away from Patrick, but that might be a fairly advanced question for Patrick Roth. Patrick Roth's intention is to trigger people and get them to separate from their money in his live stream chat room. Don't think it's any different, or don't think it's anything else. Like, he uses the term activist loosely, and as long as he just feels that it's a new form of activism and it's okay because he calls it activism. Well, it's not.
Oh, that's how a lot of the auditors are, unfortunately, and
but not to interrupt you, he does have a server on Discord that anybody can go and join, and you can talk to him directly.
I would like to
I'm sure
get that link.
So if somebody can probably get you. Are you on Fasty server or Colorado Donkey Watcher server, Crud?
I'm on.
I can invite you.
Oh, you can. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Joe.
So you can probably go right to Patrick Roth's Discord and ask him there.
Okay, cool. That will work.
Just in case he leaves you hanging.
Right. So Joe, have you been Joe, have you been following the whole RB Texas and Patrick thing that's been going on the past few days?
Yeah. I'm pretty familiar with what went down there and all. Yeah, I mean, there's sides of the story and all. Yeah. I saw that. Patrick got pulled over. Like, he didn't know he didn't have a license. He thought that he was going to get a warning like the last cop gave him, because last time he probably should have been up and out of the car, but the cop just said, "Oh, I'm going to let you go," and he probably thought that was going to happen again.
Yeah.
And if I was other dude, listen, I'm traveling around with you and you're driving dirty, or you don't have a license or so, give me a heads up. Let me know that, like, if we get pulled over, something might happen. Don't be, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So whatever happens after that, I think is fair game, to be honest with you, because sometimes I have a hot head. Who knows what I would have done? Like, that stuff pisses me off. If somebody's just not straightforward that you're riding with, what's going on? Like, I got a gun in the car, or like you got to disclose some things sometimes, I think. So, especially if you're driving around without a license, or you have issues, you have licenses in Texas and Oklahoma, and you don't know what's what. And come on. And he knew exactly what the deal was.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of feel bad for RB Texas in that situation. Not just the situation that he found himself in, just being stuck out there with Patrick, but the fact that Patrick didn't really let him know what was really going on there. It was just, that was a fucked up situation to be found yourself in. So I could understand that he's pissed off, lashing out at Patrick, but he's not. I mean, yeah, he said some pretty foul shit that was going on with Patrick. Obviously, I mean, it was kind of air that crap on YouTube. It's kind of like, well, yeah, that's pretty bad. You're saying that he's living in filth and squalor and all this. That's pretty foul. But I mean, at the same time, I can understand he was mad. I don't know if I would have gone that far, but I could understand.
Yeah, I mean, well, and who knows it's even true, though? You don't know if that's true.
That's true. It's one side of the story.
It could be, his place could be spotless for all we know. Like, so
this is true.
Yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. Not sorry to interrupt you. I thought it was interesting that in Rodney Gowler's RB Texas News footage of it, when he caught Patrick, it not caught him because Patrick didn't do anything wrong, but his first response or his first reaction to getting pulled over was to take advantage of the situation and go right to YouTube and, capture the moment and get that on camera to push down his viewers' throats. And you caught that magic behind, as he's doing it, and, the decision-making process involved in that. So you kind of saw Patrick behind the scenes, which I thought would most likely piss Patrick off, right? And good on Rodney. Like, Rodney at least got, I couldn't get past his story and I had to leave it alone for a little bit, but Rodney is probably, he got himself in the right position to get some attention if he really does want to pursue his falsely accused judgment. So I mean, here, you got to give him credit, and the situation is what it is. I'm not, siding with either one, but I mean, I thought it was interesting to watch Patrick take advantage of that. That was pretty neat. So,
it's pretty obvious that was pretty obvious. Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
It's obvious when you're looking for it too. So. If you know what he's up to and you know where this is going anyway for like an e-beg session, and you watch it develop and unfold in front of you, you're like, perfect.
I just newer e-begging videos that he's done. Someone told me that he already took some down.
Well, he takes them down right away, and I used to give him credit. I thought, like, coming from the YouTube perspective, and you're watching it on YouTube, and I'm like, if you see all the hate sometimes, no wonder he doesn't put his comments up. But as soon as he's actually going to the casinos and it's verified and he's going to coke and slut parties and he's doing all this crazy shit that some guy is telling you about who has nothing to lose or nothing to gain by lying, it's just verification for what we already knew. But I mean, he's a 21-year-old kid, and I mean, he's growing up. So you can't hold too much against Patrick, is what I mean. It's just like we've all been there. We've all, lived through it. But from Patrick's perception, this is all new territory for him.
And
he likes that. He likes to deny everything. So I mean, it's Patrick.
Yeah. Well, remember, like you said, we were all kids at one point. I was a snot-nosed little brat. Well, and luckily I grew out of it, and hopefully he will. And I think the thing is he's putting himself in, I guess you could say, sort of like kind of a spotlight, doing the auditor thing. And maybe he feels like this is how he has to remain to, stay relevant in the audit community. Because unfortunately, it seems like the more controversy and the more negativity as an auditor, the more views you get. And so being stuck in this auditing community, I think it's going to be harder for him to grow up and become not a little snot-nosed little brat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going to get used to that, huh?
Yeah.
According to Rodney Gowler,
he's found the formula.
What do you think, Kenny? Sorry, guys. What do you think about him going immediately after going and quote-unquote e-begging on YouTube for money, for the money that rolled in from that? Instead of taking that to the court, he got a continuance, but he went immediately with that money.
Are you talking about Rodney e-begging or Patrick e-begging?
Patrick. But I'm just saying, what do you think of that story in that report?
Oh, Patrick, man.
Doesn't that not just mind fuck you a little bit that he would have the audacity to blatantly do that and then just deny it in the next breath, But everybody's watching it, It's just funny, and I'm just curious to know what your thoughts are on something like that as a viewer.
As a viewer, it makes me think he doesn't think much of not my intelligence. He thinks that I'm just gonna believe anything. It's like, oh, 1 minute you say this, oh, next minute, oh, this is different. Like, no, you're insulting my intelligence. That's not cool. Like, I don't. And the fact that he gets away with it because people still defend him, and say, oh, it's okay, sort of thing. It's like, no, dude, and he feels he can get away with it. So yeah, no, it's as a viewer, it's mind-boggling. It's just like, dude, really? Do you think I'm that stupid? No,
Yeah.
Well, it's coming to an end, and the gravy train's going to end for Patrick Wright smartly into the new year, because he's not going to be able to hide under Earl's wing, or I think he's pretty much out on his own, and I don't know where this is going to take him. It's going to take him right to jail. It's like he doesn't really recognize there's consequences.
Oh no, and you see he has 3 or 4 different court cases going on at the same time, and not only that, he just concluded the one that I've been broadcasting. He owes 400 on that one. I mean, the e-begging is not going to stop. His best bet is if he wants to keep continuing auditing, he needs to get a job so he can have an income, so he can take care of tickets he has, because they're going to continue to turn into warrants, and then one day he's not going to get enough money to pay them off, and he's going to end up in jail because he was relying on the kindness of strangers to pay off his shit. and it's going to fire on him. You know what I mean?
He's relying on an age-old trick in Hollywood or movies or whatever, but he likes to control the narrative on his channel. As long as he can control the narrative on his own channel, that's all that matters to his viewers and his diehard supporters, and that's where the fraud and the unethical behavior comes in, and that's where I feel that he opens himself up to criticism and scrutiny a little bit, and for good reason, because we protect our own from, we protect each other from fraud.
Yeah.
And it's not so cut and dry. And it's if he's going to YouTube to try to gain or for monetary gain, then he needs to answer questions, and he never does. So he needs to be a little transparent.
That's the problem. That's just auditors in general. They don't like to answer questions. They're so used to the their little script of we don't answer questions, and then they don't answer questions from the public.
Let's make it clear, though. Again, we have to always constantly remind ourselves that we're talking about the problem auditors or the problem of this movement or in this movement.
Okay,
and some auditors. It's not everybody, right? And there are people that are here for the right reasons.
Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point. You gotta stay fair. That's a very, very good point.
However, it just so happens that the problem auditors are the structure of what remains of this movement. They are the movement.
Yeah, unfortunately, they really are.
Like, right?
Yeah. Well, they're the ones with the most amount of viewers. That's.
Yeah.
I guess there's exceptions. It's hard to generalize. So
yeah.
It's hard to. It's kind of interesting to imagine like Ollie America is as we see as problematic as he is. He's actually one of the most popular auditors. How is that? That's that mind-boggling to you? It is.
Well, out there has to be some sort of popular channel sharing where creators on YouTube get together and try to grow some sort of support. If it means that you have to join 20 random channels a day, you're going to have a high percentage of randomness on your channel. And I don't know, there's different ways to skin this YouTube cat in viewers. How come nobody else in this movement seems to recognize any of the people that are in his live chat? When you go into his live streams, you might see one or two of the people that you see in other people's live streams, but there's a lot more randomness in there that happens. And I don't know where those views are coming from. Overseas? Is it part of something else? I don't know. It just doesn't seem genuine. I don't know.
I noticed I haven't seen a lot of the people that were in Josh Abrams' channels anywhere else. Like mods.
Wouldn't you see some spillover? Spillover might be a good term into other people's channels from that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can get viewers definitely though from different areas. So like say Josh, he used Facebook a lot. So he's going to get a lot of his viewers you see are very active with him on Facebook. So and somebody like I don't use Facebook really at all. I'm not going to get viewers from Facebook. So
but if somebody came into YouTube theoretically from, let's just say Russia for the sake of conversation, and I know that they have their own social media platforms, what would it appear to me, or how would it look if, is that possible over there? Is it popular? I don't know. There's a lot of areas to YouTube that I haven't explored yet, and I haven't had to really.
Yeah. So I understand, Avance, you're going to be changing the format of your channel. What exactly are you going to be doing from now on?
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep up. Well, I've kind of set myself. Each show is a little different, and hopefully I improve on each show. But sometimes things work, and that you try different things, and the show turns into something more than the sum of its parts type of thing. And I'm just trying to stay relevant. Maybe I want to improve as an individual and become a better host, put a more entertaining show into a less amount of time. For those on like mobile devices, so I don't know. I'm exploring things that I never really had to explore before because it wasn't a possibility at that point. But as far as, when you're in this position and you see the way that you can influence other channels, and it kind of forces you to reconsider your stances. And so I find myself doing a lot of listening into conversations and of course you start to get intellectually into them or attached to conversations in Discord type of thing, and I'm learning new things, and I'm just trying to improve as a channel, I guess. So that would equate to, where do I want it to go? I'm starting to consider taking down old videos. They don't represent, my current stance on things, but I want to keep, I don't know. I don't want to ramble on about it. We take it show by show, it could be gone tomorrow. People could, it's almost the 10th, by the way, isn't it? But I'm, I'm almost at 1,000 subs, so I don't really mention that. I don't know. I never really considered what monetization of a channel, because I've never really considered making money off YouTube.
Yeah,
that would kind of, encourage you to maybe improve your content where, you could make money. So now that I'm in this position, I'm just at that point now, man, and I don't really have a whole lot of answers for you.
Okay.
But I'm not going anywhere. That's the good news.
Well, that's good, man. I really
just trying to improve.
I enjoy your shows, so I definitely don't want you to go anywhere. And Joe, I really enjoy your videos too. I like your videos.
Thanks.
Have like one subject. You like to go off on all kinds of different stuff. Which
yeah. I mean, cool. I've been posting content to social media for decades now, right? So I use YouTube as my tool. It's my thing. I do whatever. So I probably lost more subs than I've actually gained because of that, but I just don't care. I really don't care. I've been monetized since like 2014. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. I mean, it can be a job. Like if you want to make it a job, you can really make it a job. You know what I mean? It's not something I aspire to do, but.
Hey, Odin is saying you're not connected, just so you know. It's not connected with you. If you're trying to do it from your phone, it's not going to let you. But okay, sorry, Joe, but go ahead.
No, I mean that's all. That's just
okay. Well, yeah, man. Like I said, I really enjoy both of your channels, and you guys are both just fantastic.
Hey, Kenny. There's Odin put a couple messages backstage about Discord. It's back up and running.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Excuse me.
Of course, back up. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put some link for people. So, guys, we're going to post the link for Odin's new server. So you guys can get on in and enjoy, and I'll be joining as soon as the chat is over. Right, so
and just that. I heard somebody in chat today. It was in somebody else's panel stream, and I wanted just to mention something about it. They possibly are listening at this point. Just because somebody shares a link to your panel chat in Discord doesn't mean all the trolls are going to descend upon it. It's just a popular place. I'm not saying that that's not a possibility, but I'm saying don't jump to conclusions as a channel owner that because somebody's sharing your channel link in anybody's personal Discord that it's a troll server or people are conspiring against you. It's just there's a lot of that's where your viewers are coming from. You could probably see that in your analytics.
Yeah. Hey Laura, how's it going? Glad to see you here. You're more than welcome to join, Laura, or anybody really that matter. Odie, you can try back again. If you want. I don't know what was going on, but it wasn't really having you show. But we're talking with, if you're new, we're just here with A Balance and Joe Kyser. They're just talking about their channel. We're talking about Patrick. If you missed it, you're going to go back earlier. News Now Patrick was in here earlier, and he was, doing his normal Patrickisms.
Thin Blue Line has a point there that they said there are true auditors out there, but because they behave like decent people, they don't get the views. Yeah, because they're not wild and crazy, right?
I agree. I actually like one of my favorite auditors is out of Batasai or Batasui or Batasai. I can't remember how to pronounce his name, but I really like him. I think he does really well.
Mr. Turner versus Driver.
He does really well, and
yeah, he's well spoken. Yeah,
and News Now, I think it's News Now South Carolina, I think. Big Nick, he's all right sometimes. One I really don't like, and I've done a couple of videos on him, is Another Blunt, Please. Oh, I can't stand that guy.
I don't know if I've seen it. Another
That guy annoys the hell out of me. He went to it's like not a Best Western. He went to like a Sheridan. He was like, I don't know if this is public. I'm like, how do you not know this is a private fucking company? It's a hotel. I was trying to talk to him and say, this is public, bro. You're a public employee. And the guy was just not even answering. I'm like, good job, guy. You don't have to answer this idiot. He was some public employee. It was ridiculous.
You know, in a way, I kind of get that videotaping in public, like picking out places. In a way, like I get it because I've been affected in real life from it. From being a photographer, it's totally 100% affected me. Like not looking for trouble. Before I've ever seen any auditor videos or anything, I've been through the same exact situation these guys have. Not looking for it, not being prepared for cops rolling up on me because I have a camera. So like but where's my fight at? When am I going to fight the entire world, find every public place I can go to and voice my right and show, look how fucked up it is? I mean, I don't know. Like I get it, but I don't. I'm not a big fan of the post office thing, you know, and I'm just not.
Yeah, have either of you actually read through Poster 7? I mean,
yeah,
because they show it to you. It sure as hell doesn't seem like they're allowed to go in there and film.
It's been revised. There's a newer one that they changed it. Yeah, they changed the wording. Look, I've talked to the post office about this before. I've talked to several. I work with the post office. I do e-commerce, so I'm always at the post office. I go to the regional center. I go to my local one. And so I've asked people about this. And I mean, look, it's like they can ask you to leave. You know, if you're videotaping, they can just simply ask you to leave. And it goes. It flies. Plain and simple. I mean, there's not a right to be there. And as far as, you know, like any other company, they protect their trademark, their logo, you know, the little, you know, that's, you know, and that's Poster 7 talks about that, using their stuff commercially and then having their logo in it, you know. But again, the people I've questioned about it, they've all expected people to come and photograph. Especially in a couple of these post offices we have, they're really old. There's a lot of woodwork that's real detailed and nice. They say people come in and take photographs of it. Like they specifically come in just to photograph the post office. I thought that was amazing. I said, well, I have before too. Yeah. I mean, that's awesome that other people do it. And they don't go kicking them out. They don't know, you know, I've asked them, have you ever had to kick them out? And no, they just photograph and do their thing. Like what? I don't, you know, okay. You know, and I asked them, have you ever seen the videos on YouTube? No. Every one of them told me no.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, the post office where I'm at, the old courthouse here, it's a super nice building. I mean, it's big, it's huge, it's a beautiful architecture. When you go inside,
some are so nice.
Just looks, I mean, it is phenomenal. So I can understand people wanting to go in and film them. And I had no problem with that. If you want to go in and film, just say, hey, I'm going in and film. This is what I'm doing. But my problem is when they're going in, they're like, don't worry about what I'm doing. And it's stuff like, yeah. Just say, hey, look, I thought it was cool. I'm here to shoot. You know, I'm here doing a first minute audit. And if they don't respect that, then get in their face and all that. But just to be combative right off the top is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah, I think some of these YouTubers out there that have done it, they've done it, and then they look back on the situation and they didn't keep doing it. But some just push it, and it's like, look, you can go anywhere, and you know how people act by human nature. You know what you're going to get out of people when you act a certain way. You know, no matter what you're doing, or you know, like you can accomplish a rise out of someone in certain ways. So I mean, you're going to get what you're looking for. Really. If you push enough, you're going to get it.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the same balance? Get your take.
Well, I just had a memory triggered by Joe's comment there. Patrick does that behind the camera thing, and Furry Potato are notorious for that. Getting, evoking reaction behind from the camera, like flipping the bird, making faces, different things like that, just to, help bait people into a potential volatile situation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I've never seen him go to, at least I don't watch a whole lot of his videos, so I've never seen him go to a post office. No, actually, no, I take that back. I have. I like it I love it when he talks to security officers, especially when he's with Rodney, because Rodney likes to talk about Texas Penal Code 38.03. And it's like, dude, you're talking to security officers. They're not cops. That doesn't apply to them. And you're not being arrested. So you're making yourself sound really stupid. That's another reason I want to interview him. I want to talk to him about some of the stuff he's doing that's not very effective. And I actually would like to talk to Patrick about that too. Like, why would you correct him? Unless Patrick doesn't know either. I don't know. I think Patrick's smarter than he lets on. Just me.
If smarter means intelligent enough to carry out a scam, I would agree with you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's smart enough to stick to his script. Like he's here for a certain reason. If anything deviates from how he gets money from YouTube, mm-hmm. He just ignores it, denies it. He sticks to his script, and that's it. Trying to question about it from a Kenny Klein standpoint might be one of the most challenging things that I've seen anybody do. Because he, very rarely have I ever heard him in a one-on-one conversation, on Discord and things like that. I mean, that's been of serious nature.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I saw one interview type thing he did on, I think it was on a Discord. It was him, and he was being questioned about Earl and all that, and he was talking about how Earl was set up and blah 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 blah, and I remember seeing something. That's the only thing I really seen him do, other than when I see like when he was in when he came in Discord, Odin's Discord at one time, I thought it was someone playing for him and Selena. I didn't think it was actually him, so I didn't pay attention. Oh, someone's acting like they're Patrick and Selena. And then find out it was actually them. I'm like, oh shit, wow, missed that. Okay.
Well, you don't imagine somebody who portrays himself so wholesome on YouTube like Patrick Roth on News Now Patrick's channel to come in talking about rape and incest in his own private situation in life and how it's affects his life in a public forum. And then on the other hand, turn around and try to get it taken down off people's channels. And, there's plenty of stuff that goes on in Patrick's life behind the scenes and a long history of it, so it's difficult, it's difficult to express in a sentence, but that's Patrick and he knows how to push people's buttons. And the problem is he's got influence in the community because of Earl. In this community, he's gotten 67,000 subs, like it or not, and that people are watching him. That's the end of full stop. They watch his content. Now it's for a different reason. And that's unfortunately, he's kind of in denial at that point over that reason that people are watching him. I'd say.
Yeah,
they're waiting for him to make a mistake.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's coming. He's done it. He's going to make plenty of mistakes. I mean, he's young though, so I mean, it's his.
He's doing it.
He can actually come back from all this. I mean, he could. Who knows? He could come out and be like a good auditor for all of us thinking the way he does things, or he can continue along this path. I mean, there's only two ways he can go from here, or three. He can either stay stagnant, crash and burn, or rise to the occasion like Cream. I mean, it's really up to him. So I just want to ask you both a question. Like, we were talking about how not all auditors are bad. So I would like examples of each of you that think of good auditors. Let's start with you, Joe.
So you want me to name what's that? Good auditors?
Yes, auditors that you believe are doing a good job. Yeah.
Well, I'm personally friends with a couple in the area. So I'd shout them out first. Wolfie Gladly. He lives my neighborhood. I think he does a good job. I've been out and watched him audit a few times. It's interesting. He's polite. I could see maybe there's times where he didn't want to be, but I give it to him. Pennsyltucky is another one that I'm friends with that's in the area. He does a good job. He's knowledgeable. He's a polite guy. Pleasant to be around. And he does a good job. God, there's so many. San Joaquin Valley.
I'm like up in the air about him.
I think he does a good job.
I think he could do a good job. I think sometimes he does. Sometimes I don't think he does a good job. But I don't know. Like I said, that's just me.
He puts out so much content, and it's tough. It's tough to when you're in a position like that, it's tough to stay on one path and keep it level. So I take that into account. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's a lot that I think are good, and then and I could say I think they're a good auditor, but then again, there's things that I don't like about them. I mean, but who am I to nitpick? I mean, look, they're doing their activism. That's what they see as activism, and
Yeah. Hey, Balance, what about you?
Well, I'm going to have to say Nasty Nathaniel. He's probably, well, it's just my opinion.
No, I agree.
He's very passive, but he's got a certain charisma, and he's good with his audience. I enjoy that. I enjoy watching him. Now, I of course I'm a bit partial, but I would say any auditor that isn't using YouTube as their personal means of generating an income. I like Reba. I like 5150 El Jefe's good. There's anybody can become a good auditor and carry out that. I just anybody else is just kind of my personal favorite or opinion. I'd say I don't really have any problem with the auditors in general carrying out their activism, like Joe says. It's just when it comes to YouTube and kind of bilking their viewers out of money.
What do you guys think about High Desert Community Watch?
High Desert Community Watch. I try to ignore him right now. I've got my plate full, but I mean, he sounds. I see him pop in and out of other people's streams, and he seems to try to be a good, positive influence on the community, and I'll give him that. But what happens away from the scenes, I can't say in regards to him. He's outside my sphere of understanding at this point.
Okay. Joe?
What do I think of him?
Yeah, or like his audience style, or just what you know of him, or whatever.
Well, I'm really familiar with him. Let's put it this way. Anymore, I don't go out of the way to watch him or pay attention to him. So I guess I'm on A Balance's side where he's just I just ignore that guy, honestly.
I do see that he does a lot of he likes to help out smaller auditing channels. I notice he likes to do that, and that's good. I mean, it not only helps him, but it helps them get exposure, which I think is a good thing.
It's part of the grooming process, indoctrination.
Yeah. I think anybody who's helping out a lot on YouTube, you should just keep an eye out for. I think there can be a lot of ulterior motive there.
It could be. One of the things I don't like about what he does when he's always on kick rocks and all this stupid stuff. Like, dude, come on, I don't know. He's one of the ones that really treats public employees like they like to call them public servants. Like, okay, come on, man. Now, you're doing that just to get under their skin And
Yeah, he has a certain way of taking people apart. You mean?
Yeah.
He came out to meet Eric Brandt when Eric Brandt went to Los Angeles, if I remember correctly, and they were at that defense contractors front gates, and they had them all outside, and he was tearing a strip off somebody, and that pissed me off enough at that point just to kind of ignore him. But I mean, like, there's never any need for that. But I mean, of course, there's an element of acting it out for the camera. So it is the nature of the beast on YouTube sometimes. And is it right? No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
I guess personally, I just have a problem with the auditors that mess with the military. Being ex-military myself, I don't. I mean, of course, they're going to go and see what you're doing. It's do it. I mean, you shouldn't be surprised. They seem upset when someone calls the police, like, this is what you wanted. Why are you upset about it? The police, you're sitting out front of a military base. Of course, they're going to come and see what you're doing. Why wouldn't you consider it worse if they didn't come out and see what you're doing, as opposed to, them coming out? At least in my opinion, be like, wait, my military is just going to sit here and not even ask somebody what they're doing here while they're with a camera. And, a lot of them dress in like not just a camo, but they cover their face. I mean, that's suspicious looking. I mean, just
like did you see Furry Potato do that the other day? She's been doing it recently.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just I feel that's crossing the line big time. She baited that poor woman that got out of her car. I mean, I feel sorry for her for just being baited into that situation. So, I mean, I know what it is. She didn't. And I mean, of course, you expect people to act a certain way, So, I mean, she's facilitating that and putting it on camera, and Furry knows how to do it well. And it's getting to the point where it's pissing people off. I'd say.
I totally agree with you on that.
Well, I think what you have to remember, YouTube, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
They're creating content for entertainment. It might be part of it, but it's there. That's always an aspect of it. It's entertainment for someone, and they know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what makes it fun, isn't it? I mean, we're all here for that same kind of reason. We just have to.
Absolutely.
It's a little different for all of us, I guess, but at the end of it, it is entertainment, and it's a lot of fun, and a lot of it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll admit it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun to watch, especially when the cop's being a total dick. It's fun to interact with the cop and maybe talk a little smart. That's fine. I mean, if the cop's out of line, the cop's out of line, and a lot of times the cops aren't doing the right thing in some of these instances in their encounters with the auditors. And, when I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if a cop's being all, like just arresting an auditor for, if I was an auditor, I'd probably get a cop an attitude too. You know what I mean? It's just like sometimes it's warranted and sometimes it's not warranted. All right, so I just want to do a quick little one here. Are there any last-minute questions before we from the viewers? While we're waiting, I just want to thank both of you guys for coming on. And
no worries, Kenny.
Next Sunday, I'm going to be doing another live, and you're welcome. But if you do come on, be prepared. There's going to be a constitutional quiz. So if you do come on, make sure you do a little bit of research on the Constitution.
I'll just come as I am as a Canadian. If you can't beat me, then you have a fucking problem. You know what I mean? I'm your lowest standard, so I won't say any. I won't even look at it, and I'll come on and I'll just go on what I know of it.
Okay, that'll work. I keep forgetting you're Canadian. That's right.
But that's okay.
What is the what are the differences between Canada and the U.S.? What would be some of the differences?
It's just called different. Canada's based, of course, on we were British colonial rule forever, so it's based off English history. I mean, it's the Charter of Rights here. It's no different, just worded a little differently, and it's not as famous. It's just Canada's Charter of Rights, freedoms and rights. And you can look at that, right? You can just search that in your Google, and it'll bring you right to it, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's pretty similar.
Okay.
But it's not as each like the Constitution of the United States, there's a war and disruption and so much drama and documented history around it. It's really a different beast and how it's developed and what it means to different people in different parts of the United States. That's what's fascinating. And it's well, to me anyway, I don't want to say in general, but to me, that's what I find fascinating about it. Canada's Charter of Rights, we were just part of the British, the British Commonwealth, and they kind of, of course, anybody of power here in Canada has developed from the throne, unless you're in Quebec. That would be France. And it's just developed a little differently, but all in somewhat harmony with the United States.
Gotcha. Yes, Thin Blue Line, I did do the Poster 7 for Dummies video. And some people liked it. Of course, other people thought, well, one guy said, you got it wrong. It's like, it doesn't even say Poster 7. Then I'm like, no, actually, like, in the first says Poster 7. So I don't know what he was talking about. But yeah, to answer your question, I did. Did News Now Patrick ever find his camel outside of that Dallas DMV? I don't know. I'm not sure if that's a joke. Maybe it is. I have no idea. What are you talking about, mister?
You'll be using camels from now on.
I saw a video of furry begging for donations.
He should become an Amish. And just go around in a horse and carriage.
There you go.
The horse always knows its right way home.
That's right.
It's a new. He could do a new version of auditing.
I tell you what, he keeps driving around and doesn't get his stuff straight. He's going to be one sorry pup. He's going to be sorry. It's going to catch up with him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he thinks because he's flip-flopping between states and traveling around that it's not going to. But, I mean, obviously it is. It is catching up with him.
So I just have a question for you guys. You're probably more familiar than it with me, but I'm a bit confused in my mind. I was looking at the Patrick video, and he has an Oklahoma and a Texas driver's license. Now, I didn't know that you could have more than one driver's license, or why would you have more than one? Here in Ontario, I just have my Ontario's driver's license, but that would be good wherever I go type of thing. Now, why would he have two in the States?
To register a vehicle in that state, you would have to have a license from that state. And some states allow it, some states don't allow it,
Okay.
It depends on the law. I'm not sure about there.
But let's just say he's got an Oklahoma one that was expired, but he lives in Texas. Now, if let's just say if his Texas one was valid, there shouldn't have been a problem, right? If he could still be in Oklahoma with a Texas driver's license.
Yeah, he could just travel through. Yeah.
It's just confusing to think of two registrations when it comes to a driver's license for me. I'm sorry.
Well, he's not going to be if he's living in Texas now. He's not going to be register his Oklahoma one, from my understanding, right? I mean, because he would need an address in Oklahoma to get it reinstated, from my understanding.
Yeah.
So it's if it's gone, he's not going to be able to get it back. He's just going to need his Texas one. So there's no way in hell he wouldn't know it's not. He wouldn't know it's expired. That was a big lie. Honestly.
Well, it's good to see that he didn't pull the Sov-Sit traveling script on him. And he took it like a man in a way.
He knew it was expired. He says, well, last time, when he was talking about the time before he was pulled over, and the cop, that's why, he BS'd the cop prior. And the cop said, well, I'm just going to give you a warning. Don't worry about it. But this time, this cop had enough sense. Hold on. Let me really look into this and see what's going on. Because he probably had some time, Maybe he knew, Patrick was and wanted to make sure he really got it straight, Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that was the case.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Patrick for you. All right, guys. Let's see. This is Google hard. A lot of auditors struggle with the Google bar. I struggle with the Google bar sometimes. It's kind of tricky, but that's just me.
It's a new level of laziness. We all suffer from it, I think. It's like,
right.
Is that worth searching or not worth searting? You're like, it's good enough for me,
Well, I know.
It's true enough.
I know it's a lot of times.
I've been getting caught on it though.
You have to. Sometimes you really have to search for what you're looking for if you put in like generic search terms, because it just brings up everything. You're like, fuck, now I got to sift through all these goddamn results.
Yeah.
It gets old. It gets annoying too. watch Auditing USA. That guy. Yes, I've done quite a few videos on Auditing USA. That guy is level A moron. That guy. I mean, I honestly sometimes think he's parodying the auditors just at some of the stupid shit that comes out of his mouth.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know, but I've said that to people, and they're like, "No, he's just that stupid." And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
We have to give a shout out to Tommy from Mass Accountability. I totally forgot about it because I like the auditors that I like. I consider them like friends. Like you develop a whatever friendship over social media with.
I like Mass Accountability too. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right. And Granite, she's making a big comeback now into reality. So shout out to her.
Yeah, I saw she was on the other morning, huh? She's back.
Who?
Granite State, Jamie.
Oh, I heard
Urban.
she got out.
Yeah, she's out. She's out, and she's on the job seeking list this week. I think she's looking for a job.
So she's not going to be doing audits anymore.
Well, it's not priority number one, which is important enough to point out. Which is good.
Even though it was, what she have 30 days? Was it?
But she probably got it a little less than that. Yeah.
Even that could be that could hurt you, lose your job and all that. Like that's
Well, it's a big blow to your lifestyle, right?
Sure.
Like holy shit. In 30 days, your life's just changed like that. So it's going to be a bit of a transition, I'm sure, to her. I mean, it's, so coming to YouTube to getting back on her horse, so to speak, is probably somewhat important to her.
What do you guys think of? One last question. What do you guys think of Catilla? Her really watching some of her stuff.
I think it's an interesting mix. Like watching her in CCW is a nice change because they're so die hard into what they do, and they're so well. I know CCW is so larger than life in his personality, but to watch them in harmony together, work a cop stop, and I've seen Catilla offer some really good advice to people in that situation. To be only pops up, or that you see, it's a special type of police work, I guess. I'm sure there's a name for it in Southern California. They use Able, and then you always see the dude on the front hood handcuffed, and it looks like they're really giving him the shakedown. And I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, they stand back and they know them, but you hear them offer really good advice, and it's interesting to watch. I'll give them that. Yeah. Now, is it pissing cops off? I'm sure it is, but the cops don't seem to really mind too much in that situation with those two anyway. But they are kitted right out. They are geared right out. They're serious about it. I'm like, you know what? Just let them go and do their thing, and watch what unfolds.
Okay, so JTL says RB Texas News is a legit auditor. Why would you say that?
Well, I think it's kind of tongue in cheek probably in there, but he has bested Patrick Roth, which has to be a blow to Patrick Roth's ego. He just got taken out by a Chomo.
But yeah, that's got to be pretty bad on him. Which is why he's trying to come back so hard.
Well, the denial runs thick in that lad. So he just won't even acknowledge it. It's water off a duck's back.
Yeah, for real. That's Patrick for you. All right, guys. Well, this was really fun. I've had a great time. Thank you for joining me, Joe. Thanks for joining A Balance.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully, you guys can join me next Sunday. If not, totally cool. We'll still do it. We'll still have a good time. And Joe, you already are. Oh, so Joe, it's going to be at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So
Okay, cool.
That's when we're going to start. And we'll talk more about it in Discord if you want. And we can get a quick rundown of what we want to do and stuff. But we can do the quiz. I want to talk maybe some we can probably do some auditor talk, I guess. More than likely, we probably will. But I really want to gear it more towards just more constitutional. I'll probably bring a couple articles. Maybe we could debate or discuss those if you guys are all down for all that. I think because I want to be able to not just talk about auditors, I want to be able to talk about not just the good police, but the bad police as well, but also constitutional issues that are interesting to me and might be interesting to other people. So just letting you guys know that's probably what will happen next Sunday. So if that's not something you want to do, no worries. I won't feel bad if you don't tune in or whatever. But just so you all know, it's not going to all be about auditors next Sunday, just so you are prepared.
I'll bring my copy of the Constitution.
Okay, make sure you do. You can get it on the internet,
Highlighted.
just like print out a paper or whatever, And maybe I'll even look up some Canadian news. That way you'll feel comfortable and you'll be able to school us on a couple of things. Yeah, that'll be fair. That's
it would be interesting to hear like the Canadian side to what we're talking about. Like,
I think it would be too. And I'm trying to get Safe to come on. I haven't heard from her yet, but I'm trying to get her to come on because she's real fun to talk to. I think you'd enjoy a conversation. She's got a good head on her shoulders and intelligent and just wonderful person. All right, guys. Well,
All right, Kenny.
All right, guys. Thanks, and see you guys again. And I'll drop a video tomorrow. And Joe, when's your next video coming out?
I don't know. I've been working hard here lately trying to get this project done I'm working on. So, like YouTube, really, I struggle with it. Like, I don't like putting out half-assed videos, plain and simple. Like, if I'm going to put out something that I spent some time on, I'm really going to do it. So that's part of the problem. I get into something, that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to finish it and do it. I just don't have the time to do that right now. It's either full commitment or nothing. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha. Well, I'll definitely be looking for it whenever it does come out, and I'm sure it'll be a great video. All right, guys. Thanks, and see you next time. And
all right, take it easy.
Let's make sure we keep these auditors accountable for all of us and our children's children and our children's 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 children and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Later. Peace.